It's Thursday evening. Today was Thanksgiving, so I guess that makes tonight Motzei Yontif, but it's also Erev Shabbos. It seems to me that there was a lot of effort this year to hone the message of Thanksgiving because of the circumstances. And it happens to be that the theme of Thanksgiving also figures prominently in the Sedra, because in Vayeitzei we have the emergence of the 12 tribes. 11 out of the 12 Shvatim are born in this week's Sedra, Vayeitzei. Binyamin is born next week in Vayishlach. It happens to be that Leah, when she has her fourth son, Yehuda, she says, Hapam Oda Es Hashem. Now, this time, I thank Hashem. Just reading the pasuk makes one wonder, why is she thanking Hashem only after her fourth son? What about the first son? That's always a big event, the first child. And the Gemara says, moreover, and this really makes what Leah said difficult to understand, the Gemara says that she was the very first, from the time of creation, she was the first person to offer thanks to Hashem, thanksgiving. What about Adam Harishon? What about Noach? What about Avram and Yitzchak and Sarah and Rivka? They had what to thank Hashem for, and they never expressed it. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbos, the psalm that gives thanks to Hashem, Tov Lahodos Lashem, according to Chazal, that was composed by Adam Harishon. It's hard to imagine that Avraham and Sarah didn't thank Hashem. There are psukim in the Torah that really convey that idea. They thanked Hashem for the birth of Yitzchak in their old age. So what does it mean that Leah was the first and this time she thanks Hashem? So the pshat is that I think everyone says, I came to this on my own many years ago, but it's the consensus that Leah did not expect to have a fourth son. There were 4 imahos, 4 matriarchs that were coming from Yaakov's relationships. He had Leah and Rachel, full-fledged wives, and then he had also Zilpah and Bilhah, and they were also maidservants, but somewhat a quasi-marriage. If there are 12 tribes and 4 mothers, each one was supposed to have 3 sons. Leah had a 4th. She wasn't expecting a 4th son. When she had this realization that it wasn't coming to her, she wasn't entitled to that 4th son, she gave thanks. And this really is the whole essence of Hoda'ah. The word itself, to give thanks, also means to admit or to submit, to acknowledge that I don't have a claim, that it's not something that I can expect, I'm not entitled to it. The Balei HaMusar point out that why is it that so many people, perhaps even the majority of people, tend to be dissatisfied. They're not happy, they're not fulfilled. What's missing in their lives? So it may sound very simplistic, but it's profound, that we suffer from a sense of entitlement, and also we have unrealistic expectations, and the two together are very potent and they work against us. So if I'm expecting fame and fortune, if every individual is going to be famous and have a lot of money, so then when that doesn't happen, I'm very unfulfilled. If I never had that expectation and it's unrealistic, then I wouldn't be unhappy. And unfortunately, that's how we go through life. It's coming to me. Leah had this realization, and this is what the Gemara perhaps means, that it was such an awareness that I had no idea that I could possibly be the mother of 4, 1/3 of the Shiftei Ka, of the tribes. I never imagined that in my wildest dreams, so it was a very humbling experience. And she said, Hapam, this time I really thank Hashem. She thanked Hashem, obviously, for her first 3 sons. And there's no question that those who came before her offered gratitude and expressed it to Hashem. But there was something unique about Leah in that moment, because she had no expectation and no sense of entitlement. It wasn't coming to her, that she really had this complete submission, and she said, Hashem, I'm in your hands. I thank you for what you have given me. And imagine if that's the way we went through life, where we didn't have expectations, that it's magiali, that this is something that I deserve. Imagine if we just accepted what we had, we were thankful for it, and truly, a sameach b'chalkeinu, we were able to be happy with what Hashem has given us. And just to add to the point, to also give gratitude to Hashem for what we had when we had it, and not to have the expectation that if I had it all those years, I'm going to have it forever. There's no forever. And to have that perspective that whatever I have, I thank Hashem, and I don't have claim on the future. I hope, I daven, I trust Hashem, I have the bitachon, but I don't expect it. That's really the essence of Hodah. And again, it may sound trite and simplistic, but it's profound. Because if we reorient our attitude about what we expect and what's considered to be quote-unquote normal and routine and typical, and we take that out of our vocabulary and out of our mindset, so then we really can give thanks every day for getting up. Every day when we go to sleep, it's not just an exercise that we take for granted, that we understand that it's a special gift from Hashem. And everything in life suddenly takes on new meaning, and it becomes a source of true simcha. That is the essence of Thanksgiving. That's what Leah was saying, and that's really the philosophy that we have to adopt in life. I wish everybody a good Shabbos.